way to do it. All right, so today we have Charlie's pristine R32 back from paint, and as you can see, there is no longer a raccoon indentation, and yeah, it looks really good. We're very happy now.
It's pristine now.
It's pristine now. Yeah, now it is really pristine. Edgar has that assembled. I gave him a little bit of a hand. I'll show you that footage now. But last time we were discussing all the things that had to be done as far as like get this girl back up to perfect. And I believe one of those things was the bushing, right?
Yeah, so it's very common for the bushings on the upper control arms to generate some play. So it's actually a sealed bearing. But yeah, if I jiggle this wheel, I can feel kind of like a click. And this point in the back and this point in the front, what happens is you'll notice that when I shake it like that, it'll like twitch. You see it move?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead, move it. Yeah, the whole...
Yeah, so if you see it kind of jumbles forward. So he was complaining about a little bit of like a vibration around 60. And, you know, when you start having play in things, in steering components and bushings and stuff, then that can all translate to a vibration or a shimmy. So I actually already changed the ones on that side. Yeah, so this side's actually already done. And you can see this one's tight, no movement. I've got no click in the wheel. So that should help eliminate that. And now there's actually camber adjustment because this front is kind of like an eccentric bolt. So you loosen up the tension on the back, loosen up that lock nut, and you turn the head of this bolt. And because the bolt isn't directly in the center, it spins it and changes the offset position, which then changes the length and then changes the camber. So it'll just pull the top of the air in and out, therefore adjusting the camber. I think it gives you plus or minus half a degree, but that's nice to have because otherwise there's no camber adjustment and you get what you get.
Yeah, which is...
Which is if you lowered the car or did any changes to suspension, or the car is just old and sagging, then, you know, just get oddball tire wear. Yeah, so even though they do rotate nice and smooth, you get play on the insides to where even when it's fixed, it'll shimmy like that. I can actually feel it rocking back and forth. Yeah, you see that? Yeah. So even though it's fastened and mounted to the car, you know, it's still, you get that little bit of play, and that's all it takes.
Do you just air hammer them out of there?
Yeah, just gonna knock them loose. They generally come right out.
Oh yeah.
These back ones are a little bit more of a pain in the ass because they have more material that gets pressed in. So you can see that this is thicker, so it's got more material that gets pressed in. That's why these ones are a little bit harder to knock out. Alright, so we have the Whiteline, the new Whiteline bushings, and they give you these little grease ports that are nice because it makes the bushings serviceable. We already got the holes drilled and tapped, one there. So I'll get those installed after I get the bushing set in place. That way I don't accidentally hit them or damage them. I have to get these pressed in. A little bit of grease so it goes in nice. I'll get them started and then just clamp it in the vise.
Your vise needs to be clamped down.
Yeah, I know. I tighten up these belts. This would probably be a little easier if I used the press. But it's buried in the back behind the dyno.
Yeah.
So, we'll get them squished in until both ends are up against flat. Just that.
So no gap.
Yeah. So you see they're pushed all the way down till it meets. You can see that the grease came out because it was pushed flat, which is what you want. So this is the inside. I'm gonna grease everything so it goes in nicely because they're already a pain in the ass as is. So a little bit of grease helps. Handy dandy rag. Because you're gonna make a mess. Move the inside. So when you get it all bolted down and squished together, the arm is actually gonna pivot on this bushing. So this rod is gonna be stationary, or this pin is gonna be stationary, and the arm's gonna pivot on the bushing. That's why it's important that you have this looped up nice. And what's nice is that since we have it grease fitting, once we get it all put together, I can pump it up with grease with the grease gun. Let's see if I can get... There we go. All right, that went in easy. Since this bushing is a little bit thicker, there's a little bit more forgiveness, so it's a little bit easier to install this side. This side's a little bit more of a pain in the ass because it's a little bit thinner. Snug that one up. So that's done. We're going on this side. Oh yeah, this side is the one that's the pain in the ass. I think I just used the lift to squish this pin in. Weave it up. And there you go. So you can see how it's sticking up a little bit out of that side. So
I can't see because you're just flinging it around.
So it's still not in all the way. Still needs to go inside some more compared to that end. So I'll use this little bearing outer bushing sleeve that I have lying around. And I could use it to center it. cool.
Sides. Now you're getting all that excess grease
Yeah,
out.
just getting all the grease out of the threads. That way when you bolt it down, you're not squishing grease.
It puts the grease in the hole. There she goes. You want me to lower it a little bit?
No, I got it.
Back together she goes.
Should have no more play.
Was there anything else you were doing to this?
Just alignment.
Alignment.
Because now that we changed that, the alignment's going to be out of spec. So
That sums it up.
we'll get it.
Get it aligned and,
Yeah, way better.
oh yeah, way better. Nothing.
No movement. Exactly what we want.
Did the alignment on this car and looks good. It looks really good with the bumper. It's a little wet right now from the rain today, but
Yeah.
this car is so pretty. Oh my gosh. It looks really good. But we have to wait for the trigger kit, right?
Yeah, the
Oh, damn, this heater's on. Sorry.
the cam sensor plate is on back order for the specific color. So rather than holding his car, we'll wait till we get the parts in. Tell them we'll schedule them to come back in so we can get it swapped out. But everything else is done. Bushings, alignment, the front bumper's painted after smoking the raccoon, and then some general maintenance oil change while I was here.
Oil change was good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I mean, he takes care of the car.
Yeah, does a really nice job. So, all right, cool. When's he picking up?
So I'm not sure. He's gonna let me know.
Okay. Well, at least it's one checked off the list for now. Oh, it's so pretty, though. Let's just enjoy it.